Hello and welcome back to another YouTube art video. Anwa, I do videos here on YouTube every day at 11 a.m. EST. So if you're interested in that, feel free to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, leave a comment and a like. We usually work on CAPSOULS development or Rochelle or Blue Ant, the dudes, etc. So today we'll be working on CAPSOULS. And usually the capsule development means drawing one of the characters with some unique moves, but they might not stay unique to them, and coloring it. So today we'll be drawing this one up here, and I forget, like, I don't know if it has a name or not. I don't think it does, but we will come up with a name, and by the end of the video, in the comments, wherever you want to put it, just put the name that you want for it. So we'll be drawing this one. And yeah, I think this one is like psychic. For some reason, uh, I will always make the human looking one psychic. So first let's write the title, and then we'll write down, I don't know what I want to call it. I'll call it Sawyer. So we start off by drawing it in like a neutral kind of state. And yeah, so his body is kind of like a ball shape up here, and then it has like the legs are like tapered downward, and this, it has like little ants. I don't know what they're called, but it has them. Then it has like the two almost alien shaped eyes. I like the head is a little bit bigger in the catalog. The way that I do it is not as big, but that's fine. We got a nice little sketch for it. So first move is gonna be like psychic move plus try to like this move is gonna be called personal space. Null attack. So it'll stop one attack. Psychic barrier. I know. And then the next move will be trying to think of how can I do this. It's gonna be difficult. And um so this move is gonna be called a seed. It inflicts sleep. I don't know why I write so like ahead of where I want it to be. This will put you to sleep. Then another move would be mental mallet. So uses his psychic energy, conjure a mallet to hit you with. And I guess I could talk more about the more about Twilight Zone I've been watching. The 80s Twilight Zone. So there are some episodes that are good, and then there are just some episodes that are really bad. Um, Primarily the one with the guy with the stopwatch. I don't like that one, or the timepiece, whatever you want to call it. Um, I just don't like that episode. 50% confusion. All right, and we need one more move. Um, Trying to think, what's another move? That mental mallet, hayseed, personal space. Um, I guess psychic burst. But the time watch one was very like. I'm not saying that every episode has to be um exciting or have a lot going on, but it just felt like very like um disrespectful. Felt very disrespectful. It felt very like, I don't know how else to describe it. It just, it seemed not disrespectful. It seemed like it was like overcomplicated. Like it just didn't make sense to me, and I didn't like that one. Like there are some episodes where there's some episodes where it's like, all right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. And then you have that one episode. You have that one episode where it's just like that's not fun. Not cool. In fact, it's kind of boring. And it was like at first I was like interested because he was able to like move the watch without touching it, and then it became boring because it's like the guy started like he started talking about his like um war stories or whatever. Like he started like going over it, and it felt like it had, in my opinion, it felt like it had nothing to do with what was going on in the episode, and it made a contrast that was like, all right, this guy's talking about his wife, and this who's been dead for 20 years, and this guy's talking about like, I guess not deserving anything or whatever the hell it is, or how somebody like did something nice to him, and they shouldn't have done it because they didn't know him. He could have been a real jerk. He could have been a real piece of crap. And the idea there is like, all right, if you guys are, and I'm not, and I don't really know, but if you guys are in the army or like you're at war or whatever, right? And you see the person on your team about to, um, bite it. Are you gonna try to save them, or are you just gonna worry about yourself? And in a lot of cases, some people might say, "Well, I'm just gonna worry about me." Um, ensuring that the team lose. I mean, eventually at some point, you know, you probably still gonna bite it, but it just don't make no sense that he's just like so hung up on like why this guy like I guess obviously it's a survivor's guilt, but at the same time it's like brother, you like I don't know, let's say you guys got, you know, hit with a level 5. Like there is no way that you know, you wouldn't even be here to tell a story. So I don't like I feel like the point is like irrelevant to some degree, but I guess he has, you know, obviously a survivor guilt, and he witnessed a horrific atrocity. So, but I really don't understand how that ties into the episode because yeah, the dude saved the old man from getting mugged at the cemetery, but that's not. I don't feel like it's not the same thing. I feel like it's not the same thing, especially when the old man kind of was looking around to be eliminated. You know, like he was awaiting his elimination, and I think that that is a bit silly how that went on, and nobody seemingly is has addressed that. Like I don't know, the episode just rubbed me the wrong way. Probably my least favorite episode. And then there's an episode later that, you know, I don't even really remember that well, but the episode where the guy has the amulet with the wish, and you could you get one wish, like each person gets one wish. That one was, it wasn't a bad episode. I don't think, I wouldn't say it was bad. I would say it wasn't as good as it could have been because the amulet wish, like he made a bad wish, you know, like he made a bad wish. His friend wanted him to wish him back to life, but he made a bad wish. And I would have said that either way, the wish was stupid because, all right, let's say you wish your friend back to life so y'all could finish y'all screenplay or whatever. Great, you know, beautiful. But the messed up part that you wasted your only wish. You know, if everybody only gets one wish, why would you waste your wish on him? You know, what's so special about that guy? And obviously, he doesn't waste his wish on him. He wastes his wish on something even stupider. He's like, I wish I could work with I wish my partner was the best playwright ever, or the best playwright of all time. And then it transports him back in time, and he's with who? Who else than William Shakespeare? It's just like, come on, guys. You know, like obviously it's like one of those like, oh, be careful what you wish for moments. And it didn't turn out, you know, that well because it kind of just ends there. Like the 20-minute anthology series episodes are, in my opinion, probably the best. Even if you don't get like an ending, there's like it's up in the air, it's a bit ambiguous. I think that all of that is preferable to anything else. Because if it's any more information than that, the show itself starts to suffer, and people don't want to suffer like that. People want more certainty, and I don't think in an hour you give them more certainty. I think in an hour you give them more confusion because you have to fill out an hour worth of information, and I don't really see how anyone benefits in that situation. And it makes it so that you end up with less than you started with, in my opinion. You know, like you end up with less than you started with. You end up with nothing to care about, and it's always the same. Like it's always the same when it's down like that. When it's down like that, when it's up that way, you just end up with less than you started with. You end up with nothing to end up with nothing to like really cling on to. And at least if it ends on like a cliffhanger with like no resolution, your brain is starting to create answers and starting to make questions. Whereas like after an hour of watching something and the resolution is not very clear, um, it's annoying. You know, at least for me. Like, oh, what happened in the end here? Nothing. What happened in the end was nothing. In fact, the letter W happened at the end. The letter K, or complete waste of time. But all right, so we finished. This capsule's name is Sawyer. If you have a new name that you want to, if you have a better name, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Um, I read them all, but Sawyer is like a psychic. Personal space is a shield that nullifies one attack. Psycho burst is an attack. Psychic. Hayseed is a move that inflicts sleep because they also are like an earth type or whatever. Like, you know, hayseed fever. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. All right, and then mental mallet is an attack, has a 50% chance of confusion, and that has been the capsule development for Sawyer. So if you enjoyed that, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications and leave a comment. So I will see you again soon in the next one. Bye.